Good morning. Let's see what we have today. The Q's still sideways. Semis. I mentioned last week that it was a potential bull trap. It seems like it's going to be because we have South Korea going down and SanDisk and etc. So I think this is going to be a potential pullback, and then we'll have to wait for more sideways action before recovery in the sector. But that said, I'm open to watch what happens. But yeah, I think it's going to be either a deeper pullback or sideways. I don't think it's going to take off from here. The SPY looks actually better than the Qs. Industrials are moving up, some of them, and I showed some consumer brands, restaurants, stuff like that. So other sectors from non-tech related are moving up, and of course is going to be influenced by biotech, which is super strong. Small caps still holding, not very strong, but it's holding the trend. And we have the software. It had a nice rally here, and it's compressing against the 50 days. So let's see, it's between the 50-day and the 200 days. So let's see if it makes another move up. There are several names in software that want to move. So yeah, we have to look at that as well. Insurance, super strong. This sector has been sideways for so long, and now it's finally moving. We had Oscar and some other names, AGL, not exactly, but yeah. Oh, Lemonade broke base here and is setting up. Clove, which lost some strength now, it has a setup. So Oscar, PRCH, and AGL, not directly insurance but related. So it's looking good. I'm going to watch it for today. I don't really trust this setup, but I'm going to watch it in case it happens to make a like a short, quick swing up. Okay, and let me mention Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is trying to find a bottom. This could be the bottom. I'm not going to enter anything. I'm just watching. It has to compress, maybe like fight this declining 50-day, which is not visible in my chart because I don't look stuff where the 50-day is declining, and it's below the 200. So it has to make a move, fight this declining 200 and the downtrend. But I just wanted to let you know that I think this could be the potential bottom for Bitcoin. And gold also, I think it found a bottom here, as you can see with these tails in the weekly. So it could provide opportunities in coming months, but yeah, it still has to show a strength before considering it. And oil started to move with this yes no with the Iran situation, but I think it's pretty much under control, and I think the situation is going to get resolved. Let's see. But yeah, it's good to see oil finally closer to 70s than to 80s or 90s. All right, so strong sectors. Let me mention we have AI biotech, or AI companies applied to biotech, however you want to call it. This is one of the strongest. AI chips, this is the exemption to the semis. If there's one sector I'm watching in tech in semis related, is going to be AI chips. And there's one that I mentioned last week is Cerebras, this IPO. I think this company has a very brilliant future. It has to complete the setup. I entered a small one last week just in case it tried to move from here, but no, it didn't move. So I closed it for a small profit, but it has to complete the setup and then started moving up. What I always say, we want to see strength uh, before attempting an entry. At least that's what I do. And then, a range and range contraction and whatever he wants, something like this or whatever. But yeah, I want to see his trends before considering it. But yeah, there are several like Siva, AMQ. There are a few names. Marvel fighting the 50-day moving average. Intel below the 50, but so this is probably has to put a base before it's in a range between here and this potential high low. So yeah, it has to go sideways. It could take months until it's ready to make another move. So you never know. But for now, yeah, it's sideways. So I just I'm watching before downgrading it. Consumer brands, another one with several names. Abercrombie looks kind of interesting here, after this strong move up. But yeah, there are a few names to watch. Um, Cybersecurity, of course, the strongest right now in tech. There are several names for today. I'm watching Datadog, but I think it's going to pull back to the 20 and then complete the setup. Very nice rally here. I'm watching it. I don't think it's gonna happen today. Psych, another one. Very strong move here. Another move here. So you could add them to move from here this week. I'll watch it. It's still in the range, still in a base. So yeah, it's like lagging the rest of the sector, like CrowdStrike. We have all this Rubrik, all these strong names which have to put complete the setups. But yeah, definitely is a sector that I'm watching, and I think still has fuel to continue moving. Data center construction, Dell is the best one here. Has to complete the setup. I attempted to enter here, but closed weak, and I closed it, and yeah, it has to complete the setup. But it's this is the best looking one in the sector. And this white fiber, I entered the bounce here, and I'm waiting for it to complete the setup. I think it's going to pull back and then complete before moving, but I'll watch it for a potential small add to my position. It's a bit choppy, so I don't think I'm going to add much. Peng also holding body here, announced that it was going to move this day. So hopefully some of you guys caught this trade. So yeah, these are the most important ones. Is definitely a sector to watch. Data center networking, another one. ALAB, MXL. MXL could be too much affected by semis. So this is I'm going to watch it if decides to since it's putting a tight range against the 50. If items to move from here, it's also close to the report, and we have this rejection here. So it would be ideal if it's wait for the report before attempting to move. But if, as you can see, it's going to gap down, if semis it may pull back deeper. So I'll watch it. I want to see what happens. But yeah, at this point, it's probably best to wait for the report. Okay, Anet, I still have it. I bought it here, and it seems like it wants to continue. I think it has to put there's not enough volume to continue from here, so it has to put a setup here before attempting another move. But it looks good. It looks good, and I'm going to add if it puts the setup and breaks. CRDO, this one is choppy. I don't like this trend here. Even the weekly is not as strong, but I want to see what happens, because it keeps demonstrating strength against the sector. So I want to see what happens. Marvel, so finding the 50-day moving average, has to complete the setup before attempting to move. And GLW, yeah, similar to MXL, it may be dragged down. So mostly I'm watching mostly out of curiosity to see what happens. Data centers and GPUs for hire, for rent. Yeah, this is what. Oh, Shas. So yeah, has to complete the setup against the 50-day. Yeah, it needs to complete the setup. Let's see, it's going to gap down, but yeah, I think this one could recent IPO, big move. So it might complete. There is some resistance here. Yeah, I think it's going to complete for the setup for another probably 2 weeks before attempting another move. Rackspace, this is such a shame. I thought it was going to move and put this very nice setup here, attempting to break, and then was completely rejected. So now it has to reset and has to go sideways and compress this setup here if it's not dragged down. So it needs time. And Dock End, yeah, below the 50-day moving average, lost all momentum. So yeah, NBIS, another one. Yeah, yeah, we need time on all this. Before downgrading it, I want to see how it behaves this week. Fintech. Okay, so this one is very strong. Cecil is the leading, and Navan, I don't think is going to move from here. I want to see what happens, but yeah, it needs to set up, and Cecil, of course, has to put a range. Dave, also very strong. Affirm is coming behind, but it's setting up. Now we have to wait for a bit. Hood also traded it, and now I sold it, so I'm waiting for a potential re-entry here. But yeah, it needs some time. Well, sometime, a few days at least. PGI, yeah, has to complete the setup. UPST pulled back again, back into the range. So this is interesting because it was rejected here, but buyers appear here, so it's between here and here, as you can see. So it may be one of these cases where it just pops from here, and the 200 is right there. So I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'm not going to enter here, of course, but I'll see what happens. And Bull, which I thought it was going to move last week, and yeah, it's still coiling here. I'm going to watch it above probably like 760 or something. If it breaks, I'm going to re-enter. I'm going to retry. This is going to be my third try. Now I'm going to enter a small position, like 0.15 risk, and see if it moves, and then I'll wait for a quick setup, and then if it breaks, and then add. But I don't want to enter big at this point. DLO, so this is still within a range. I like this move up. This is a South American payments company. A lot of volume coming in, and a lot of strength, and near this 15, 16 area resistance. So if it sets up here and breaks, could be interesting. And Interact Brokers, but it's kind of slow. I'm watching, mostly out of curiosity, but it's slower. Gene and cell therapy. So I'm not going to go one by one. There are several names. You can screenshot if you want to, study my lists. Leading rare and cure as a setup. Could provide an entry soon, but yeah, it's best to wait for something nicer. And Twist, also very, very strong. Insurance, so ATL, PRCH, a bit more liquid. Oscar, which I traded, and now it's setting up again. Clover Health is losing all momentum. So yeah, this is not good for the sector. And Lemonade had this very, very strong move, breaking base here with a very strong rally with volume. So now I'm waiting for a potential entry. I don't think from here, because the market is not that strong, but I'll watch it. Medical devices, we have Butterfly, which I'm watching for today. Very strong move up here and very nice tight range. Neo, BRKR, another one I'm watching. Most surely above this 61, like 62 area or higher. But I want to study it today if it breaks. Yeah, it's a potential nice trade. TXG, a lot of strain in this stock. Now it has to pull back and put a setup. GH, another super strong, also in oncology, so now it has to put a rate billion. So this is a recent IPO. I tried to trade it here this day, but pulled back, and I didn't like. I should have stayed, but yeah, I didn't like this close. I thought it was going to come back down again, back into range, but it continued moving. So now I'm going to watch. If it breaks here, I may add them to small position because now we are in the the IPO high, which is here. So above here, it's clear skies. So if it breaks, it could go and add them whatever. It could just continue going up. So I'm going to watch for a potential entry. It would be ideal, of course, if it compresses just like 2 more days or something before attempting, or even pulling back to the 20-day. But if the sector and the biotech sector, by sector I mean oncology and biotech, continues moving up, I'm going to enter. And Hinge super strong, but it has to set up. Okay, memory storage. Yeah, this is more out of curiosity to see what happens. CMO, this is the strongest, but yeah, very very careful with this sector because we could see deeper pullbacks. Oncology, so there are so many names in this one. You can screen cap and study it. But yeah, you can see that this is the strongest sector right now in healthcare. So yeah, definitely study it. And psych drugs, we have CMPS, which led from here, but now the FTX is also leading. So yeah, this one has to complete the setup. I don't think it's going to move from here. And CMPS looks slightly better. I wish it, almost like complete the range here a bit more against the 50-day before attempting another move, but I'll watch to see what it does. And Atai, which is one of these cases that I mentioned about a follower or stock that is slightly slagging or somehow slagging, potentially getting up to date with the leaders. So we have this VCP, right? We have the compression here, another compression, a handle. So now this completes the base. The hypothesis is that sellers dried up here, and if we move up this 550 or so, we might be able to catch up with CMPS, let's say, right? So make a big move. So yeah, I'm going to watch it this week to see if it breaks. Software, there are several names that are strong. I like apps here. This move, after this move, big move with lots of volume. So let's see if it compresses a bit more against the 10 and the 20, reclaims the 10 or something before attempting a move. Twilio, PTRN. So there are several strong names. This one coming a bit behind. So yeah, this is my focus list in software. And telehealth, yeah, Hinge, definitely Hims. Well, it's a bit, yeah, weaker, but I really like how it's building higher lows, and it's above this 38, 39, or 40, or 39. Yeah, if it completes the setup here, it could make a move. Hinge, like super strong, we have to wait. Omda, we have to wait, more liquid. So yeah. And TDoc, there's this resistance area here. So yeah, at this point I would like to see a bit more sideways, even if coiling against this report would be ideal, but let's see what happens. Okay, so the list for today, BRKR, of course, it's in my B list or tier 2. 0.2 is my risk at the moment in this level 2. Chimera. I really like this one. So strong. I'm not moving it to tier two because it's biotech, and I don't like in this kind of pharma and biotech. I don't like entering more than 0.15. 0.20 is, but yeah, I'm not super sure about this one. But yeah, I'm going to watch it to enter today. This white fiber to add to my position if it breaks, but probably will need a bit more time. Bull, Atai, CMPS. So I commented all about this TNGX, another one which had a very strong move here with this catalyst, and a lot of volume came in. So yeah, it could add another move. CG and X in industrial automation, and they do like computer machine vision and AI. It has a ceiling here, a resistance 7160 or so, coiling. So let's see if gets dragged down by semis or if it has strength to make another push. SIMO, I commented about this one. Careful. ANAP, another one in oncology. Very nice respect of the moving averages. Very tight range. Very nice previous moves here in the weekly. Have respected the 50-day. If it contracts for another week or so, would be ideal. But I'll be watching in case it wants to add them from here. It's the situation with biotech. If it goes sideways, and all these stocks wait a bit longer, the better. But you have to be on top of the sector. ELVN also looking good. Orca also looking good. All in the same sector. HEL commented about this one. Billion, MXL, and Butterfly. I really like Butterfly. It's a very nice setup. Yeah, let's see. It's a bit choppy here, but I really like the compression, the respect of the 20-day. Okay, that's it for today. Be careful, be very, very selective, and yeah, we may need to wait a bit longer for some sectors. All right, thanks for watching.